Hey guys, welcome back for another devlog video. I wanted to start the video real quick and just apologize for being a little late on the video. I briefly mentioned in the last video that I'd be starting a new job, and part of that process had me traveling out of town for the past week. And because of that, I wasn't really able to work on the game. And so I don't really have much of an update, but I did still want to make this weekly video. What I was able to do is write down some of my thoughts and think about a design problem that I've been having while I was gone. And so I wanted to share the problem that has kind of been plaguing me for a little while and maybe get some other people's opinions. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm not a professional game designer. I'm not even a professional programmer. I'm completely self-taught, so I really don't know the best way to do this. I'm not sure how other games handle it even. And what I'm talking about is the map system. Namely that in this game, being a farm game, you will be able to plant and grow crops, making changes to the map. You'll also be able to pick up items like flowers that spawn and things like that. And then when you transition scenes, that needs to be saved between scenes. When you go inside your player's house, once you come back out to your farm, your crops will still need to be there. And in Unity, that doesn't happen by default. Everything that you change in the scene will go back to normal once you reload the scene. And that's the big problem I've been having, trying to figure out how I'll handle buildings and scene changes. I was trying to think about how other games handle it. And I know the best way a lot of games do it is they don't handle it. Think about Zelda for a moment. If you go in a town and chop all of the grass there, and then go inside a building and come back, all the grass will be regrown. They don't care about the state of that grass. They don't need to save that. It's just easier to have it go back to normal once the scene change loads. That being said, there's three different ideas I came up with to handle this issue. So I'm going to bring up the whiteboard real quick. The first one is doing a scene change, which is what I was just talking about. So one problem here is crops go away. Meaning basically I'll need to come up with some sort of saving system. And with that saving system, I will need to have it save the game every time you go in and out of a house. The thing I'm worried about with that is that there may be long load times because of this system, and that I may be saving the game way too much. So there's two other alternatives I thought about. One is no scene changes. And the perk of this would be that there's no loading screens. Think of, I don't know, like Breath of the Wild or Red Dead Redemption, something like that, where you're able to enter a building and it doesn't load. You're just in the building now. The biggest problem I have with this is, one, performance, and two, buildings. I'll just put size. And what I mean by that is if the buildings are loaded and you're not switching scenes, then the inside of the building has to fit inside the outside of the building. So a lot of games, you know, the house will be a square and you go into it and then the house looks completely different on the inside than it did the outside. Well, if you're not switching scenes, then the house actually has to fit inside of the outside, which constrains you a little bit. So then the third option I came up with was a similar one to the no scene change, and I'm just going to call this one a teleport system. And basically my idea for this one is it's the same thing. You're not changing scenes, but the inside of the house is located somewhere completely different on the map than the outside of the house. Meaning you would just teleport the player to the inside of the house. As far as the player is concerned, they just went inside, but this way you can have the inside of the building look however you want. And so, like I said, I really don't know which one of these is the best way to handle the problem, but as far as I'm thinking right now, I'm going to go through with the teleport system. This may change. I may run into problems that I'm not aware of. What I was thinking is if performance gets really bad, I can write some sort of chunk system and cut the world into chunks and then load and unload chunks as necessary. We could definitely do that. So we're going to go with that now and see how it affects performance. And just so there wasn't nothing on this video, I did go ahead and quickly implement a basic version of that. So if you look underneath the world, I've got the inside of a test building. And then if you'll remember in a past video I showed if you talk to this purple cube, it will teleport you to a new scene. I just quickly rewrote that script so now that it will teleport us to the inside of the house. And so if I talk to it, I'm now inside the house. And I know you saw the little weird transition. That is a bit of a problem, but I can just go here and now I'm back outside of the house. And so you can see that that's a really quick transition. I know the game, it's not a full map yet, so it may slow down a bit. The only problem is visually it looks weird. And so my idea here is we'll just have a little animation. We'll fade to black, and then we'll fade away again. So it almost looks like there was a scene change. As far as the player's concerned, yes, you changed scenes, but really all that happened was you teleported and we hid it so that way you don't see it. So that's my idea for now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, any other ideas on how to go about this. You know, I tried to think of other games that would use a system like this, namely like Animal Crossing or Harvest Moon, but I'm just not sure how they go about it in their games. I think it may just be, you know, one of the benefits of using a custom engine. They handle scene changes differently than Unity, which is fine. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this situation, what you would do, and until next time, I'll talk to you in the next one.